Welcome to the Lockdown Lowdown. I'm Dev Sahni. Let me tell you this, I am convinced that Frank Warren does not sleep. I don't think he's slept in about 30 years. He keeps signing new fighters, and we've got another one with me today. And this guy's got a hell of a story. It's the WBO European Super Flyweight champion, Kaisy Khademi. Now, imagine being 4 years old and being told you've got to leave your home, you've got to leave your country. You're not really sure what's going on, but you know you've got to get to safety. And you go on an adventure, you're traveling by road, you're traveling by foot, you're going through jungles, and finally you make it to the UK. I'm delighted to be joined by Kaisy himself. How you doing, Kaisy?
I'm good, thank you, Dev. Thanks for having me. Really glad I got the contract. It's my first time getting to a big contract. So I'm really excited. Can't wait.
Mate, this must be such a big moment in your life when you put it in the context of, leaving your country at 4 years old, making it to the UK, and then you finally have your first sort of amateur fights, then professional fights, and now you've got to deal with Frank Warren.
No, I'm excited. It's all a journey, and since we left Afghanistan, the journey started to get to UK, and my parents had that mindset to get to their goal. And same as me, since I started boxing, my journey is to become the first world champion, and I'm going to carry on doing that. So it's a journey, it's in my mindset, and I'm gonna hopefully achieve it.
Well, I touched on it at the top of the interview there. I want you to talk me through it in your own words. What is the story of Kaisy Khademi? What have you been through to get to where you are today? What has made you the man that you are?
I was a refugee, so I was we left Afghanistan, and we got to where we wanted to get, which is UK's land of opportunity. And I just there's a lot of refugees which are going to wrong routes because they're not allowed to work or anything like that. I just want them to do sports, and I want to pave the way for them. That this country got plenty of opportunity, and you just use the best out of it. And if I can do it, why can't they?
Yeah, that's admirable, and you can be a role model. But tell me, some of the stuff that I've been reading, it sounds like the work of fiction. It just sounds too far-fetched to even be true. That you're going through a jungle late at night in the dead of the night. You're being chased, and you lose a shoe and you cut your ankle and all of that. Tell me about some of that.
Yeah, you know what it is? The main fear that was during the whole time that we were traveling was getting caught. And like recently, a group of 14 Afghan refugees was caught and they were burned alive. So that was the fear of us getting caught, because you have no identification there. No one's gonna know about you if someone kills you there. So, and the first thing you don't want to get into is with the police, because the police really beat you up, because one thing they don't want you to do is cross their border. So it was really in fear of getting caught. And but it was, we kept it strong. We keep moving where we wanted to go, and we eventually got here safe and sound. Now I was 6 when we left Pakistan, because I was 2 years in Pakistan. So I was around 6 years old, and we went when we made our journey towards UK. I remember we were in jungle. They were giving me my older uncle was giving me a piggy bank, and then they were all around. They were hiding behind the bushes when they see lights, like car lights, and they're thinking it's police. So it was a crazy time. We crossed rivers, stayed overnight in jungle, cramped in a car in a boot, from one place to another place. It was a crazy time. But now when I look back to it, it's like it was an adventure. It was a crazy adventure, but
it must have really instilled a kind of lack of fear in you now. Like if you've been through all of that so far in your life, a guy with 2 arms and 2 legs and 10-ounce boxing gloves, you've got nothing to be scared of, have you?
No. Nah, not really. I enjoy it. Getting in the ring. I love it. I have no fear now. Apart from God, I have no fear.
What got you into boxing just before that?
I've grown up in East London, so I was hanging around with a lot of wrong people. And I was getting in a lot of trouble. My family were not happy for me. And one thing I liked was fighting. So they told me, go find something that way you can use that. And then boxing is when I remember going to war from the age of 15 at boxing club KO, and that's the first time I fell in love with boxing. And since then, I've just been boxing. Yeah.
So is this one of those stories of a naughty kid put on the right path?
Yeah, 100%. But the good thing about boxing is you get humbled up, you become disciplined, and it's so much learning in boxing. It change a person. It would change completely around within a month or 2 months.
So what's your journey been like so far then? You're the WBO European Super Flyweight champion. You beat Pedro Matos in your last fight. How's the career going for you?
It's been going great. I mean, I had like a year I couldn't get no fight due to the lack of opponent. But eventually, once I came to a new management with Warren management team, they able to got the fight that we needed. And we just been ranking higher, much faster. And yeah, I'm really happy how things are going now.
Where do you rank yourself amongst the British super flyweights then? You've got that European, WBO European title. You're saying how you can't get hold of British opponents. They don't want to fight you kind of thing. Where do you rate yourself?
I rate myself number 3 currently. That's how I rank myself, because the people that I wanted to fight, then they don't want it. And for some fighters, I'm not ready yet because I've not jumped on this bigger stage yet. But I see myself as being one of the best, because if you don't see that, if you're in boxing and if you don't think like that, then you're in the wrong sport. So I see myself within a year, 2 years being number 1 in Britain.
Who are the fighters that you've been wanting to fight and haven't been able to get hold of?
You know, I was trying to fight what is it called?
Tommy Franks?
Tommy Frank, yeah, that's it. Tommy Frank. We tried to fight him. He didn't want it. We wanted to fight Ryan Farag. We didn't want him. They're ahead of us right now ranking. But that's the fight we've been looking at. And
I'm guessing the guys that you consider to be above you, is Sonny Edwards one of those names?
Yeah, Sonny Edwards and Khalid Faiz, they've got the experience right now. And with the right time, within my right time, when time comes, we'll take that fight. But right now it's too early. We're too early stage to take that fight. But when the right time is, definitely we'll take the fight.
How many fights away do you think you are from mixing it with Sonny Edwards?
I don't know. I mean, right now he's ahead. He's aiming for a world title. He's on his own journey to make history. There are 2 brothers, and I'm on my way to make history. So we're under one stable, under Frank Warren, and you know, in the future, we all 3 of us are capable of becoming the super flyweight champion. There's 4 titles out there, and then we can have the biggest domestic fight in history. That's possible. But if we meet earlier, then we'll meet. It's not a problem.
Well, I'm detecting a bit of a theme here in terms of Sonny Edwards always tells us no one wants to fight him. And it has been a struggle getting in British opponents, willing opponents. You're telling us the same thing. No one wants to fight you. So eventually, it's going to happen, isn't it?
Yeah, eventually. I would meet him in my own timing. You know, right now he's in his own journey. He's a bit ahead of how many fights he had and where he's ranked at. But in our own timing, we'll definitely meet. And yeah, and it'll be a night.
Who's training you, Kaisy?
I'm right now training with Jimmy McDonald right now, so I'm with him currently. We just stand over with him as a trainer. See how it goes.
Yeah, how is it going so far? Are you happy?
I mean, at the moment, I love his work. He's got so much experience. He's trained champion of the world, and there's a lot of learning from him. There's a lot of learning, and when I'm boxing at this stage, at this platform, I need someone like him. So. Yeah. I'm truly grateful for him to train.
For sure. Who are your boxing heroes?
My boxing heroes has been Pacquiao and Floyd. I always like them.
Yeah.
I do not want them to fight each other, but they did. But I always look up to them 2 guys since a young age. So they've always been like this era. But overall, Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, they're 4 really good names there. Tell me about the Pacquiao. I mean, he out of the 4 that you mentioned there, he's the only one still going. I know Mike Tyson's talking about coming back. We're all collectively as a boxing world praying that doesn't happen. But tell me about Pacquiao. This guy's still going. 40 years old. He's up there. He's got world title.
Yeah, I mean, he's got so much hunger in him. You know, he's got so much belief in him. and he came up from a poor country. You know, he surprised everyone, and that's the same mentality I want to have on a surprise everyone I want to make history. That's my aim. And if you don't visualize big, then this the sport's not for you. I've visualized big, and I'm going to get there. I'm the first Afghan British European champion, and so that been done. So I'm just carry on going to the next one. Hopefully Commonwealth, if we can get a Tommy Frank fight, and hopefully many more.
You, I looked on your Instagram. I saw a picture of you with Freddie Roach. So is that part of your Pacquiao visualization to sort of get around Freddie?
No, I mean, I went to Los Angeles 2 years ago. So it was like I went to go in every gym and get some sparring. And when I went to Freddie's gym, you know, we did. Firstly, he saw me. He came straight to me. He goes, because he liked the way I shadow box. He goes to me, "How many fights you had?" At that time, I only had 5 pro fight. So he goes to me, "Come downstairs. I got a boy for you that you can spar." So I was really happy. I was so excited because Freddie's like. So I went there the next day, and I sparred one of his boys who's same weight as me, super flyweight. He's an American Mexican, good fight. I think at that very moment he had 6 fights, 6 knockout. I think I sparred him, and after 2 rounds of sparring, I was outboxing him, and Freddie told me to come to my corner. So he took me. But I didn't have no coach at that very moment, so I was. One of my mate was giving me the one and all that, but he said comes to my corner and he sent his boy to the other corner, and he gave me some work. Goes, "You're good. Let's keep that speed going." And we did 4 rounds. I looked really well, and he was very happy, and he asked me if I could stay a bit longer here and all that. And if he wanted, whenever he needed a trainer like him, he could come to him. But I was like, I'm in Britain right now, so the journey's too long. But I loved it, man. It was a great experience. It was a top experience.
It must have instilled a bit of confidence in you, though, that you got Freddie Roach. You've talked about how Pacquiao's one of your heroes. You got Freddie Roach saying, "You're good. Keep up the speed." Yeah. That's quite a moment.
Yeah, he liked it. I mean, it was too much. I couldn't get it off my head since I left the US. So it was all in my head. And when I came back, I told him, I was like, look, Freddie was happy with my performance. So I'm like, so it was good. It was something really nice.
I was reading something else about you. Now, I have to be wrong. Okay, you're what? You're 25 years old. Is that right?
Yeah.
But I am hearing that you are a granddad. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, I mean, my nephew had so is my older brother's son. He's married and he's got kids. So when in a traditional way, if a nephew has a kid, they call my brother is the granddad. So am I. So they don't have other name. They call it granddad. So yeah, wow. Our family is really huge, really big. So I mean, I've got older sister. Their kids are bigger than me. They're older than me. So
right. So you've got nephews who are older than you.
Yeah, I've got a nephew and niece.
And call you granddad. Is that right?
Their kids call me granddad.
Their kids call you granddad. Goodness me. Wow. 25-year-old granddad. Who would have thought it? So tell me now.
And I've got a younger brother, he's 21, and they're calling him granddad. So,
so what's the aim now, Kaisy? Just before we wrap up, what do you want to do in your career? Where do you want to get to?
My aim is to get the world title, win the world title, become the first Afghan British in history to do that, and that's the aim. My aim is to make history, and I think having that vision and believing in yourself, I can achieve it. And being under Frank Warren especially, he's got the right platform, so definitely I think he'll work alongside me and get me to that stage.
Just before I let you go, what did your parents say when you told them you got this deal, you've signed now with Frank Warren? What was their reaction?
They were very pleased. They was very, very pleased. I mean, they never thought I never thought I was going to come this far. Even winning the WBO European, I never thought I would have got it. I mean, I've got friends that boxed all their life, and in the amateurs, and they still got 12, 13 fight, but not even got Southern Area title. So they're like, Kaisy, we can't believe it. I was like, it's visualize, believe in yourself. You get it, don't worry. Timing and everything. And one thing I'm good is I can time things out. And like when I pick a fight, I'll time it. I know when to pick a fight, and I know who to fight at what time, and I'm good at that. And definitely, when my time will come, and when my time do come, I will shine.
We're looking forward to it. You're in the right place, and we are delighted to have you on board, Kaisy. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'm looking forward to seeing you actually fight.
Thank you so much, Dave, for having me. I appreciate it.
No worries, mate.